Ladies and gearheads, welcome to the Cheeky Midweeker. It is Wednesday, the something of August 2021. And today we're going to have a look at a couple of things, as you'll know by the title. We're going to look at removing some stickers from a guitar. People do tend to stick stuff up. I mean, goodness. If you want to have a look at stuff that's been stickered up, check this bad boy out. That has been so stickered that actually I quite like it. I don't like them on a guitar. So we'll have a look at removing stickers. There are two basic methods, well, probably three if you include a hammer and chisel. And we'll be having a look at a variety of pedals, and I will give you my opinion on the pedals used and pedals in general. Here's what I do like about pedals is the names that they give them. I mean, that kind of tells you everything, really, doesn't it? And of course, we've got the more amusing and juvenile names like the Big Muff. I'm sure there are plenty more. Please write in and tell me. Alrighty, so we'll start with removing a sticker, and hopefully by the end of it, the sticker will come off. You'll see what I mean. Let's go. Alrighty, so what we have here is a Telecaster, and as you can see, there are two stickers on there. And all I've done is I've soaked two microfiber cloths. You don't have to use microfiber. You can use any damn thing. You can use just tissue if that appeals to you. You know, a bit of kitchen roll, that sort of thing. So we're going to leave those on there and see what happens at the end of the video. And if they peel off easily, then that's job done, isn't it? And if they don't, I shall show you method number 2. Alrighty, so let us move on to the pedals. And the one that we'll start with is this Zoom GFX 4, which I'll let you have a closer look at. You can see all the lovely lights and different names of the stuff that it's supposed to do. And as you can see, it's got a foot pedal there, like a swell pedal, and I believe it does a wah wah as well. So we'll start with that and we'll see what it does. Okay. So, a couple of things just before we start. Yes, my head is attached. Just before we start, as you can see, you know, poor old Charlie Watts, what a damn shame. Definitely an all-time great and will go down in history. So, on to the pedal. I know that probably wasn't long enough for tribute, but there's been absolutely plenty. I'm wearing the t-shirt, so. So here we have a guitar, and we'll start with so what you've got with this is you've got conveniently numbered 1, 2, 3 little stomp boxes that are contained within the pedal. I mean, this honest to goodness, this does so many different things that I would never ever get to the bottom of it. So let's just have a quick listen and see what it'll do. I think that this, yeah, so the pedal, what this says blues number 2 at the moment, and so the pedal is now an expression or volume pedal, which is fine. So we'll leave it on flat out. Let's see what number 1 does. This tells me it's GFX drive. Okay. Number 3 tells me it's Texas. Okay. Let's try the pedal on my left, which is your right, obviously. Changes the group from what I can gather, and the stomp boxes change the derivatives of that group. But you can also muck about with these settings down here. Do you know, honestly. So let's try this. So that's a delay. Yeah, it does that. Let's try 2. Says strum. Oh, so I better strum. Oh, that's nice. And 3 does, it says ring drive. Oh my god, that's horrible. Right, let's try another one. Oh, okay. GFX drive. Off. Old rock. Ooh, ideal. Somewhere in here, I mean, obviously you've got fuzz boxes and delays. I reckon that there's a chorus and a phaser, and there is, because I found it once, there's a wah wah pedal. Right, that's effect pedal number 1, and that is the Zoom GFX 4. Okay, moving on. Actually, before we move on, let's let you have a good look at the control panel. There's stereo outs, and obviously you plug it into a 12 volts DC thingy. So there's all sorts of stuff in there, and it tells you what they do on the top, and there's all the content. Yeah, so, you know, loads of interesting things for you to play with. You could lose yourself with this for a few days, I reckon. Right, okay, next up. So the next one is the Zoom 505, and probably if I was going to use a multi-effects pedal, this will probably be, it looks a little bit easier. So, alright, let's have a look and a listen. Alright, so I just plugged it in, and I noticed that there's a dial on, well, yeah, there's a dial on it that takes through a bunch of different stuff. And what I do like about this is that there's a very nice simple 2 stomp pedals. One goes down, one goes up. I understand that kind of thing. So that's definitely phasey. Is it phasey or chorusy? I will guess that was made in the 80s. Let's have a run through a few of the sounds. So there's a very nice drive or overdrive, dry. I'm not sure we'd want to use that. Not sure what that is. Is that a flanger? Flipping heck. Oh, alright. Some kind of long delay. Oh, that just sounds normal. Oh no, yeah, nice bit of delay. And this button here changes you from one thing to another. We'll just try something at random. Seems to make any. My problem is I don't understand them because I don't like them. Oh, I've given the game away. Oh, hang on. Okay, that's quite nice. I have to confess, I quite like that effect. Blimey. Right, okay. So let me let you have a butcher's hook at all the stuff that is. Let's plug that and that. So, a decent look at what's going on there. I'm pretty sure that you guys and girls out there will know better than I what all this stuff is supposed to do. Right, okay, that's that. Next up is far more simple and more my kind of thing. So next up is the, let me have you down here. So next up is the death metal. Now, I have to say that if I were to use a Stompbox pedal, this will probably be my favourite kind of thing because it's a dedicated source and it just does what it says on the tin, basically. So, you stamp on it. And it makes a right old row. So let's have a little look. So on here you've got two outputs. One is to the amplifier and this one is to a mixer. So clearly they have considered recording capabilities. On here you've got how much, the level, and then you've got low, mid and high. The bandpass filters or whatever you want to call them. Basically it's a bass, middle and treble control. And these are unbelievably robust. Very, very nice chunky pedal. And obviously they will work with both batteries or what do you call them? Those boxes that you plug into your main source. Transformer, yes. Which is what we had it in. But these little buttons here on the side are designed to be poked out with a jack plug. Well, if they are. Let's see. So, here's my 1/4 inch jack. Poke that in there. Oh! It does. And so there you have access to your 9-volt supply. And they pop in quite easily? Good Lord, yes they do. So that's a real treat. Okie dokie, on to the last but not the least. So the final one of the gadgets is a Dunlop Wah Wah pedal, which does precisely what it says on the tin. And you push the button. Oh, well, of course, I'm not stood up. You see? So we push the button. Yeah, well, there's not really much more to tell you about that. It does one thing and one thing only, and for that, I love it. And that, out of all of them, is the only one that I ever use. So let's have a look at it. You've got really easy access to, so you can plug it into a little transformer here in this helm there. I think it even tells you the voltage. and the polarity for that matter. In the bottom here, that is where you stick your little square battery, and it's the original, and for my money the best, and out of all of them it is the only one that I use. I use it for recording occasionally, and they're robust and they're absolutely brilliant. They do what they tell you they will do, and out of the four of them, this is the only one that I actually use. And my bottom line is, to be honest with you, my bottom line is that if you feel the need, now look, I know, alright, I know, Steve Vai and all the other rock gods, they've all got a pedal board with all these weird clever effects, which is great. But for us normal chaps, I reckon that if you feel the need for a pedal to increase your gain, distortion, overdrive, sustain, your delay, so on and so forth, then perhaps you should consider buying an amplifier that does what you want it to do, rather than having to stick outboard effects on. As you know, my favourite amplifier in the absolute world is the Blackstar ID Core 40, and I do have larger amplifiers, but that little ID Core 40 does just absolutely everything that I want it to. And the only amplifier that I've had that was that was on a par with that in many ways was the original Vox AC30 that I had back in the 70s, and that was terrific, but only when everything was up to 11. And the Blackstar will give you that same depth and warmth and power on just tiny bedroom kind of volume levels. So anyways, it's all horses for courses. So you pays your money, you takes your choice. Now let's have a look and see how the sticker removal has gone on. So there's no fooling around here. I've just left these damp cloths on the stickers, and well, let's see what happens. And if this is not successful, then I shall show you a different method. So all I'm doing obviously is putting my nail underneath the corner of the stickers, and hopefully they should peel off, leaving only a little glue residue. Now I've got the corner up. Can we see that? Mm-hmm. So I've got the corner up, and very slowly, very carefully, we're peeling the whole thing off. And you can very likely remove any extra sticker residue just with a soapy cloth. That should do absolutely fine. Let's see if this RAF target type thing will perform in the same way, and it should do. Now the other method that I talked about, this will come off because I've already got the edge of it up, but I will show you just another method if you're having difficulty getting them off. Hang on. And here is the other method. It's a hairdryer. You could use a heat gun, but that might kill it. Now, I hope that you could see there how the hairdryer made everything all stretchy and pliable. And that is basically, very simply, of course I've destroyed that now, is very basically and simply because it melts the glue that the sticker is held on with. So, wow, that's kind of strange, isn't it? So, that's it from me tonight, the Cheeky Midweeker. If there's any topics about guitar fixery or, you know, anything guitar bass, then I'll be happy to address it in one of the Cheeky Midweekers. Oh, and we've got something quite nice coming up at the weekend. Well, we always have, haven't we? All right, I'll see you soon, folks. So it's adios amigos and ta-ra.